We are live. Let's do this. Happy Thursday, y'all. LYL Thursdays. We bike.
We bike.
We bike. Back for the first time. What's going on, y'all? This is Leveraging the L's. My name is Nathaniel Jimerson, aka Stamp. I have my lovely co-host in the buildings here, Brian the Efficient. What's going on, T? What's new?
Oh man. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
Can you believe June is gonna be like in 2 days?
Man, time
Is that
flies.
crazy?
You know what's so funny? It's like the older you get, time just be flies. It just be flying. Man, time be flying. Yeah, we're already at the halfway mark for the year. Ain't that something?
No, that's nuts, right? I was thinking about that the other day because it's like one thing I do feel like is in entrepreneurship, like the days like fly by. And then like specifically in events and stuff like that, it's like all your workings is on the weekend. So it's like you're living for the weekend, whereas everybody is, doing that on a day to day. And I'm like, now I'm waiting for the weekend to come. I gotta do stuff the weekend. And it's like, time is flying. I can't believe it's June. So let's just start there.
Man, halfway mark is already here. Yeah, it's funny because it used to be like when I was it's not definitely never wrong working the job, but when I was working the job, I couldn't wait till a Friday or the weekend came.
Yeah.
And it's like ever since, I started seeing a little bit of success in the business. It's like, man, like Mondays are my best days now. Like Mondays have been like I look forward to Mondays where it's like when it gets to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, it's like, damn, I know it's hella slow.
Right.
The time be flying, man. So yeah. Show the older you get, you got to be on top of your game. You don't got to, especially got kids. You ain't got time to be playing. You got to be
for real. Right.
Hey, June is already here.
I know. Wait, so I know we were gonna talk about a couple of things, but let's talk. Like, let's just pivot real quick because you got kids, I got kids, and it's really about to be June. So I don't know when your kids get out of school, but my daughter gets out of school at the end of like June. And so like summertime, you know what I mean? Like that entrepreneurship grind is a little bit different than when the kids is in school. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like what do you do when your kids is like at home more, or do your kids go to like camp, or like how does your like summertime influence or impact your business? Vacations, just stuff like that, holidays. Yeah, let's talk about that.
That's an absolutely great question. So today is so for both of mine, today is their last day of school. And then
that's crazy.
And so they going into the summer break. So every year is a little different. So some days, so the first few weeks they may be at home, but then my wife, she may end up, booking their vacation for them to go do something, or for us to go do something. I want to find some camps for them to do this summer. Funny thing about it is though, because now like between like from 8 to 9, I gain an hour. Because like, okay, I don't got to spend that time taking them to school. I can get a little bit more work that's done to do. Okay. But the funny thing about it is like when you go on vacations, it's kind of hard for me to turn off like the business.
Yeah.
I'm still in that mode where it's like, okay, I need to. I still got clients calling me when I'm on vacation.
Right.
And this is like now this year I got some help. I got two people. I got a staff member that can help me out with the scheduling signing. So I think this year will be a little bit better. But previously, I'm like, let's say where did we go to? We went somewhere a couple years ago. I'm still getting phone calls. And I'm still answering. Oh yeah, we get a notary at that so time. So I'm still, even though I'm supposed to be on vacation, I'm
working.
I'm still working. So it's a tricky balance. It really is a tricky balance, like during the summer. So it's funny because I wait because when school come back around, I'll be excited as hell. Like, yes, send the ass back. I can get back to what I was. Now I can get back to what I was doing previously. So, it was. When you don't have like staff for help initially, it's a hard balance. It's really hard balance because you're still in that mode, but you also got to be on vacation as well. And especially if this is like your full-time thing,
right?
I ain't turning down no phone calls. I'm not turning down no business. You need a notary in the next 15 minutes. Okay, it'll be difficult, but let me see what we can do.
Right. No, that's real. I would say, For me, my daughter's going to camp again this year. So, we love camp, okay?
Yeah.
I feel like my mornings, like you got to adjust a little bit more because I feel like it's a little bit slower because like you said, I'm not getting her together. So I don't have as much free time in the morning. Now it's like more slow and breakfast and entertaining and all the other stuff. So definitely thinking about that. And then similar with vacation, it's like you want to be there for, certain stuff. And then like for us, again, like your events is on the weekend. So it's like those cookouts and birthday parties. And I just had to miss my best friend's, her son's first birthday party because I had to work. So it's like, and stuff, it happens specifically in like events, but I feel like for me, I'm used to working with my clients in the evening and my daughter's usually there in the evening. So it's not too much of a change there. It's just more so entertaining her and, setting up, I guess, more automations, because I ain't going to be so focused on the work in the summertime as much.
So I'm a lucky. I would say I'm lucky at this point because my kids are older. So they at a point now where they can dress their own self up. They put their own clothes on. I just got to say, hey, yo, wake up. That's all I got to do. They handle the rest.
Yeah,
make your own cereal, get your water, do what you need to do. So that allows I still get a little bit more freedom to do work. Whereas otherwise, you got a younger child where you still got to lay her clothes out. Got to whip up breakfast for her, make her lunch. Yeah, my kids they're a little bit older, so yeah, I ask like, y'all got everything you need? Sure. I'm not doing it for you. Because we're at that point now. You at that point. You got a little bit more responsibility to take on, and you should be able to do that as you get a little bit older anyway. So, it's a totally different experience. And then for me now, at this point, I'm waking up super early. So I'm usually up like around 4:30 or 5 in the morning. So that still gives me a couple of extra hours to get done whatever needs to get done.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to me, I used to wake up like at 7.
Yep.
And I'm over here like, oh, I need to get this done. But hey, I still got to get the kids ready for school. So waking up early is a hack.
Waking up early is a hack. That's definitely a life hack. Wealth hack, all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give you more time to send out those emails, catch up on any signings or orders that haven't been closed out yet. Mm-hmm. Responding to client requests because me being here in California, I got clients that's on Eastern Standard Time, so I'll be getting emails at 5 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And especially if you one of them kind of people that like to sleep in late. I've literally had situations where I've had a client email me like at 5 or 6 in the morning, and I woke up at 8. I'm looking at my email, panicking like, "Oh my God, please! I hope they did not find anyone else for the signing." But luckily, they waited for me. So, man. Those were the days, man. And now I'm waking up early these days.
No, that's definitely a hack. So, I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there to let, our fellow entrepreneurs know summertime, you might have to pivot a little bit, take consideration to those things, having time off, spending time with your family, having boundaries with the clients that you work with, just try to set up as automations as much as possible. And just know that the seasons, it come with it. Just all come with it.
Yeah, it's important to take it day by day. Take it day by day because there are some days where, and then there's some days where, like if you won, take your win and hey, go big.
Yeah.
Right. Because I've had days where I may have had I had a $5,000 day one day.
Hey, we love that.
I had a $5,000 day, and I'm like, why am I still working? I won. I won for the day. I would say learn from your L's. Like, hey, take your W.
Right.
Go chill out for a second. Because whatever is there is going to be there for you tomorrow anyway. So you might as well take advantage of it. Because that's what we're in business for. We're here to buy our time back, to be able to do the things that we want to do, right? Because we do this for our family, to spend more time with them, spend more time with our friends, and able to do things that we weren't able to do. Just a side note, for instance, I've gotten back to playing basketball again. Was something that's like my first love, like playing ball every day. And I had I've been so deep into my business to where there was like a couple of years where I just stopped playing altogether. Mm-hmm. Right, so I've been able to, been able to have some recent wins as of late, and I've been able to incorporate that to the business. Where like, you know what, I've already done the most important things for the day. Let me go out and go just shoot ball. Just go shoot for a little bit, and just doing the things that you love to do. That kind of, just another reminder why we do why we're doing what we do, right? Because we want to have that freedom to do whatever we want to do. When I was working security, I want to go play basketball. No, got to still stay on shift until it's over. So
right.
Yeah, man, you can't put the price on freedom.
Nah, and that's real. And it's funny because that got me thinking. So this weekend, my grandpa's turning 90. And so, yeah, my parents are going down to like South Carolina, North Carolina. And so now me and my daughter and my sister are going as well. And it's like, man, I went to Detroit last month and West Palm Beach the month before that. I don't think I ever traveled this much when I had a doggone job. Like, yeah. I just literally think about that. Like, I don't think that's ever happened to me. To be going somewhere every month, and I intend to take my daughter somewhere for her birthday in July. My birthday's in August, and he was like, let me just keep on going, Yeah. But it does like talk to that like freedom and just the creativity that you can have with like your schedule, your flexibility, your hours, and still like serve your clients. You know what I mean? With a lot of value and quality. So it's just really cool, and it opens you up to just like different opportunities and stuff like that. So I just been loving the flexibility of just like entrepreneurship and the different ways that you can pivot and different things you can add to your business and stuff. So yeah, and Detroit was fun. Listen, let me tell you something. I was driving around feeling like I was Big Meech. Okay, I was out here. I was playing the theme music, everything.
Let's go. I love it. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I want to hear about it. How was the event, and how was your first speaking engagement? What was that experience like?
Man, it was super fly. So shout out to Dashika Hill. She put together and coordinated the Michigan Notary Consortium. It was really, really dope. It was 3 days. It was all different people there. They had speakers just teaching about different niches, from like field inspections. They had the estate trust delivery folks. They had a whole bunch of different things there. It was cool because we were the only people educating about like weddings. So that was really dope. But it was like Friday. They had like their kickoff, had a couple of classes. Then they had like a little networking party after. That was really nice. And then Saturday they had the notary brunch where Norm got an achievement award. So that was super fly and exciting for him. And then we vended for the first time. So that was really cool, just chatting with people who are in his in our Facebook Academy, which is really dope. And then also just people that were excited to learn about like weddings and see how they can add to their business. And I see the notaries there, they was hungry. They wanted to learn. They invested in, being in that space and being in that energy. So that was really fly. I learned a lot of dope things. You ever heard of this platform called Metricool?
What's that?
Yeah. So Metricool is really, really fly. It basically allows you to manage posting content on like all of your platforms, like literally connecting them. I'm talking about Google My Business. I'm talking about X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, like essentially putting them all together, posting on all of them. Not only can you post on all of them, but they'll tell you like what is the requirements for each platform. So like say Pinterest, you have to post a media and only have this many characters. Instagram, you can have this many characters. Google My Business, you don't have to post a photo, but you need this many characters, right? Have you do all of that. Not only do they do that, it like puts all of your messaging in like one place from all of your platforms. So like you could just literally scroll through like one inbox and respond to every single like platform you have. If you have multiple brands, you can manage multiple brands under there. It just does a lot. And that's something I learned from like another notary. Shout out to Kate the Notary. And I think who else did? Anna the Notary. Both of them talked about that. Never heard about it before. Metricool. Metricool. Metricool.
I gotta use that.
That was fly. So learned a lot, which was really, really cool. Learned some things about field inspections I didn't know about. So that was really dope. And then we had a boat cruise, a dinner cruise on Saturday. Didn't realize Detroit was so close to Canada. You can actually see Canada from the Detroit River. So that was really cool. It's like, okay. And then Sunday was our speaking engagement. It was so fly. We had a lot of fun with it. We had music play. We did a whole mock ceremony. Shout out to Kate the Notary and Judy Lawrence. They were our couple for our mock ceremony. So Norm actually married them, which was really fun. A lot of people got some really cool ideas from our information, and we did our first raffle. So that was really dope too. So we raffled off a couple of prizes, and Norm dropped his branding ebook. So that was really dope. He has his first digital product out, and then we added a couple of things to our catalog as well to just kind of support everything that we've learned from that weekend. So it's been dope.
Damn, Norm, if you're watching this, why you didn't tell me you had the ebook, bro?
Right.
just talking right before we jumped on the show. Thanks.
Why would you not tell him, Norm? Why would I have to tell him for you? So
I got to find out the tier.
So it's fly, definitely fly.
That's dope that you guys did a mock ceremony, because that's something that I always hear notaries ask for. Oh, can we do it? Does anyone do mock signings or mock this, mock that? Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's something that you typically see at a conference.
Yeah,
that's right. To be able to, because it's one thing to hear about something, hear about an opportunity, or hear about how you can do X, Y, and Z, but it's a whole different experience when you can actually visualize and you can actually see it for yourself how it's actually conducted. Yeah. And oftentimes when you hear about like I said, like a service that you provide, it could be, some people tend to overthink it. So for example, when I first started learning about apostilles or apostilles, whatever you said.
Yeah.
When I first started learning about it, the first course I took on it, I was like, man, this sounds like it sounds from we haven't done it before. It seems like there's so many moving parts involved, and it kind of scared me. I don't want to say scared, but I kind of shied away from actually providing the services. Yeah. There's so many things you got to do. When all it is, you just taking a document, notarizing it, or making sure it's the county clerk's signature on there, and just take it up to the Secretary of State. That's literally just it, right? It's a whole different experience when you actually do it when you actually do the service yourself, or you can actually see someone that's actually executing. So I think that was good to be able to do that. What was your time? Yeah, like 5-10 minutes?
No, we was up there for 41. Yeah. That was our
first speaking engagement, you was up there for 40 minutes?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was dope because it was a crash course. So it's like the number one reason why people get ordained and like don't do anything with their ordination, don't, do anything in the industry, is because they're like fearful of messing up. Exactly what you said, overthinking. Yeah. So it's like there's so many master classes out there to teach you how to get started. There's so many information and webinars and stuff to teach you how to do like marketing and stuff like that. But it's like, who is teaching people how to actually conduct the ceremony? What are you saying? How are you writing the script? What are your roles and responsibilities? Because it's a little bit more to it. The same way with like you were saying, apostilles, like, yeah, when you get into it, the actions are simple, but when you get to Hague or not Hague, now I get a little bit complicated, right? Yeah. So now it's the same thing with officiating. Like, yeah, to actually get ordained, pretty easy to get started. All right, we got a little bit more layers to it. So that's what made it super cool. And it was fun because like Norm actually officiated and then I kind of narrated. So we were able to bounce off of each other. We were able to give people so many more ideas of alternative ways to do things. We broke down our 10-part ceremony flow. So it just really breaks down how we write every single ceremony. And it was cool because there were even parts where, like Norm maybe like mess up on somebody's name or something like that. And it gets to show the humanity and what we do and how you just keep going, and like you have to learn how to pivot and know that everything's not going to be perfect and add a comedic element to it. So it was a lot more than people knew that they were getting, but value packed always because it came from us. So it was fire. Yeah,
that is fire. And I would imagine after that, after your segment, I would imagine that what an added boost that was to your brand, because I'm pretty sure you guys had a whole bunch of people want to come up to you after, got even more questions they want to ask you.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. It was really dope. A lot of people learned a lot. A couple people got started, so we love to see that. We had a lot of people join our academy over the weekend, so that was really dope as well. We had our social after, and that was probably our most attended social to date. So that room was pretty packed. So that was really cool. It's just nice to see the brand growing. And now I am like super inspired to do like a virtual summit specifically for officiants. So you'll see that coming soon, you know, somewhere down the line.
Yeah, that's fire, man. Yeah. I'm excited for you because I remember you when you first started.
Yep.
Right. So from where you first started to where you at now, you've done so many weddings at this point.
Yeah.
And to be able to I want to say crossover, but to be able to add the consulting part. Right. Mm-hmm. So not only can you provide the service, but you can teach other people how to do the service.
Right.
And then you get to your first speaking engagement, and you're doing the mock ceremony. Everybody get to hear your expertise.
Yeah.
Executed. You got all these other things that come from that. That's really dope, man.
Thank you.
I love it, man. Got me thinking like, man, I need to do some more speaking engagements, man.
Listen, it got me thinking about some stuff too.
Yeah.
It do.
Because from my experience, I did 2 or 3 speaking engagements in 22. Just the amount of people that came up to me, people I didn't even know that were just tapped into the content.
Yeah.
Just thanking me for just sharing the information and just letting them know that, hey, it's possible to do this.
Yep.
And the confidence that you get from people that you wouldn't think, because obviously it's a lot of naysayers out there, but it's different when you in person and you get the people that actually give you love and give you a flower, so to speak. It's a really big confidence booster, and have you thinking like, man, maybe I need to do more of this, right? Because if I can impact this small group of people, just imagine the other people out there who's on the fence about this, and they just need someone like myself to just give them the confidence that they need to, just get your feet wet, jump into this, and just let it take you where it takes you.
No, it's so true. And I'll say a couple of things. First, I would say you'll be inspired about who you inspire. You know what I mean? Like just someone just seeing you do it, or just seeing your confidence, or just seeing your execution. Like you don't know how you're going to inspire someone. So I think just like being there and showing up is like part of it. And then on top of that, you're giving them mad information. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like a double. But then also, there's like a lot of opportunities out here where you don't necessarily need to be like a super polished or like, you know what I mean? Well-known or veteran speaker, like that are looking for people who are starting out. They just want to know, how are you going to educate and what value are people taking away from it? And so for some reason, starting to see more of those. And I just came across a cohort that's going to be starting soon. It hasn't even started yet, but that's specifically for like wedding industry speakers or like industry pros who want to become like speakers. And I was like, you know what?
Well, that got your name written all over.
Right. Like, come on. Like, why not? And then, like I said, my experience, like there was a couple other people there that were first time speakers. And so I love that Dashika presented that opportunity for us to go out and like educate. And it's something about kind of like a peer-to-peer model, right? Where it's like, I'm not that far ahead of you. If anything, I've been in business as long as you are. I've been doing this portion of the business longer than you. And so now you have opportunities to like talk to people on different levels. And so I don't know, it's just super, super, super fly. And I think for me, with the Wedding Officiant Academy having our own virtual social, it's about opening up those opportunities for people to speak on the different like layers that go into like officiating, having an officiant business, and like really branding yourself as an officiant. So yeah, I'm excited.
Now, you said something I got to touch on real quick. The peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
people get confidence from seeing someone like up close, where they don't feel like you're so out of here where they can't really relate to you.
Yep.
Right. But you're at a point where you're still within reach, but you're also an expert in your space as well. And so when they listening to you talk and they see you, they're like, oh, if she can do it and she's doing, I can, they get confidence that they can do the same thing as well. Where it could be where you can, because there's been times where I've been inspired by someone and you hear their story, right? But seeing where they're at, they're like, man, he's so far out of reach. It's like, I really don't know. As opposed to someone who may be, I don't want to say like at my level, but there's someone who I can touch, where I can really have a conversation with, to be like, okay, this is something I actually can do. And even though they're still speaking and talking about this business, they're still active. Whereas sometimes we come across people where they talk about their past experience and they're not as active today. So that's right. People don't miss that. Ooh, that's right. Yeah, we need more speaking engagements from you. I need to do some too.
Yes.
I need to do some more myself. Yeah, because just what it does for your brand.
Yeah.
It's what it does for your brand, and people see you how authentic you are. And more importantly, you actually do this in real life. Yeah. You're not just someone who just popped out of nowhere and say, hey, I'm a wedding officiant. Come take my course.
Yeah, right. Come take my course. I would say also a couple of tips, not tips, but like things I wish I did. So one thing we did that, shout out to Stephanie. She's in Fresno. She in California with you. But shout out to Stephanie. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
I work with
she did the talk on field inspections. Super good information. Not my ministry, but she make the money make sense. The way that she do it, she make it make sense. And then I like the way that she taught it to other people too. So if you're into field inspections, I would say go and get some education from her, because listen, when it makes sense, it makes sense. You know what I mean? It might not be for you, but if it makes sense, it makes sense in dollars.
Yeah, you learned something that I did not know she do field inspections.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
I just know her mostly for because she's done a loan closing. I think she's done a closing for me before, but I've worked with her numerous times for estate plan signings, and she's great. She's someone you don't have to worry about. Yes. Those are usually the notaries who you like to work. Well, we don't got to worry about you. Hey, you want $300 here? I'll give it to you. Go ahead, because you know the work is gonna come back great. Yeah. And I'm cool with people asking questions, but it's usually it just comes back right. It's just never. She's one of the rare notaries you actually have no worries about.
No, super rare. Because even when we first started the Wedding Officiant Academy and we had it as like a paid community, like she was locked in. And not only that, she was like having results, and then she was creating opportunities for herself. Like I think she got on like her local TV station. I think she was also like on the radio, just promoting her business. Just was like creative. I'm like, all right, cool. I see you. Yeah. So, but no, shout out to her, because she gave us the idea of like not only recording ourselves, but also recording the audience, so that you can see how they're kind of taking in the information, how they're reacting to it and stuff like that, how engaging you are with them. So I was like, that was really fly. I feel like one thing I definitely wish I did was do more like a pre and a post testimonial. So like we were there Friday and Saturday, and so many people were coming up to us, oh, we're excited for it. This is why we haven't done it yet. This is what we want to learn. So it would have been good to like capture those like moments. And then on the flip side, after we give the presentation, what did you learn and what did you take away, and kind of do you feel relieved from what you experienced, Friday, Saturday, that type of thing. So I wish I would have did that.
Shout out to Stephanie. I mean, then again, just being in those rooms, right? Just imagine if you was in that room, you wouldn't even have gotten those little gems that you don't even think about. It's always good to have someone that can give you an outsider perspective.
Yes.
Right, because a lot of times, I know for me personally speaking, I try to be, and I don't want to say introspective, but I try to be very observant of what I'm doing, and just try to be observant from what I'm doing, right? And sometimes you think by just being quiet and just observing, you may have a gem that comes to you. So, okay, maybe I'm going to do this next time. But it's a whole different experience where you have someone else that's watching you, and they can give you something from a whole nother perspective that you didn't even think of. And you can incorporate that into your business. So,
yeah.
Those rooms, man. Being in those rooms is so important.
Yeah, definitely. And being in the rooms, I got to meet like Judy Lawrence and Lori Morgan and Lisa Sweeting, Bill Soroka, just like people that I learned from when I was fresh up in these notary streets.
Mm-hmm.
So being in the room make a difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a lot of like-minded notaries out there too. So that was really dope.
Yeah, nothing like being around like-minded people, man. That's something for your business and for yourself. So if you're on the fence, I'm not a big person that's all about attending every single event, right? But if it's a conference that's in your area or even outside the area, if it's only once a year, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Just never know who can come across, who you will come across that can, sometimes we're only just one person away from either one client away, one deal away from having a big turnaround in your business.
Yeah.
Right, man. Let's talk about how we can make more by doing less.
Like that.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Norm before I jumped on the call. We were just having a conversation about signing services and what we can do, right? And I'm a real big proponent of launching a signing service as a notary. It is easily the best way how you can make more money by doing less. So, for example, when I first got into the business, I was doing a lot of signings myself. I think the most signings I had in a single day may have been like 5, and I thought I was the man just doing 5 signings by myself. But by the end of the day, I was burnt out.
That's a lot.
A lot of times, yeah, especially driving all over the place.
Yeah.
And if you still want to get business, you still got to market yourself. You still got to find time to either market to those offices, whether it's attorneys or the title offices, or if you got a cold call, or email, whatever you got to do. There's only so much that you can do within the day, right? And so, one thing that I've learned is using leverage. And using leverage, that's been able to help me expand my business. Right? So at this point, I just hired a new assistant. And man, I've been able to actually make more this year than the other year in my business. Just by hiring people and just delegating responsibilities. Because there was a point within my business where I wanted to do everything myself. I felt like no one could do it like how I can do it. Right? Especially when you have big goals. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to build $1 million business by yourself. I don't know anyone that's done that. If you're out there, tap in, show me the way. But if not, you gotta learn how to leverage other people.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to hire so that way you can get more doing less. So, yeah, man. I really try to encourage people to watch the service. You gotta be on signing order. You don't have to be on any of those platforms or even Closewise. You don't have to do any of those things. As long as you have a business in place, you got your business set up, and you just tweaking your business model, and you leveraging social media, leveraging these like social media groups, and just having a system in place as far as marketing. So whether that's cold calling, whether it's sending out emails, whether it's walking into these offices, whether it's networking. As long as you have a system in place and you can put people in place to execute that system for you, you'll be surprised how many appointments you could generate in a single month. Like last month, I think he did 65 signings.
Yeah,
that was the most I ever had. That was the most. I think that was the most I've done in a month. But prior to that, I never did 70 signings in a month. Like signings myself, I have never done that many in a single month. Right? So just from leveraging working with notaries and just leveraging assistants, it's created more time for me to be able to focus on generating more business.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, our role as notary, especially as a business owner in general, your role is not to be working in the business. It's not your job to be at every single appointment. Now, granted, there are some days where I still will do a couple of signings here and there myself, but for the most part, if I'm doing in-person signings, I'm not doing more than 5. I'm not doing more than 5 in-person signings in a month. I'm usually having someone that could fulfill the signing, and I'm focusing the majority of my time and bringing in more business. Because the more clients that we have, the more opportunities I'll be able to create and we'll be able to make way more as opposed to if I was just doing all the signings myself. Because if I'm doing all the signings myself, what time do I have to meet a new client?
Right.
Let's say if I do 8 signings in a day and I'm burnt out, I get a couple of emails that come in for someone that want to do business for me. But because I'm burnt out from the day before and I overslept, and by the time I follow with the client, they already found someone else.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen to me, man, so many times. And you getting, you're going, and eventually you get to a point it's like, you know what? I'm not going to keep missing out on this business.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep missing out. I'm going to change my business model. I'm going to bring in some help so that way I can have more time, like I say, to do things I want to do, be able to have the opportunity to bring in more business by getting some help. So,
yeah. That's real. I would say, hire people or hire software, hire platforms. Like we were just talking about Metricool. That'll kind of help you out instead of having to hire maybe a social media marketing company or manager or whatever. You can have platforms like that kind of help you out. Definitely enroll yourself in YouTube University. You know what I mean? Like learn these hacks, learn different ways to like quickly use Canva, be able to do things in like bulk and stuff like that. Leverage all AI, right? ChatGPT. A lot of people talk about that for like idea creation and just like to thought provoke and stuff like that, just to like make things kind of go a lot quicker for you. And then even on our side, having a CRM, right? Having something that's talking to your clients for you, taking in those leads, capturing them, responding back to you, responding back to them and all of that for you. So while you're doing other things, you're still catching every single person that's like interested in you. So I like those. I think it's super important, especially because, when you're coming into this, you're doing so much yourself and you're also trying to figure it out. So you're like trying to hit this like learning curve as well. And so we have to be able to, I like how you talked about when you first started, you felt like nobody else can do it as good as you.
Yep.
Would that also include things you didn't know how to do? You still felt that way?
Say it one more time.
Did that include things you didn't know how to do? Did you still feel that way even about things you didn't know how to do?
I still felt like, well, if I haven't done it before, I got to learn it first. Because I looked at it like, if I don't know how to do it, how else I'm going to tell somebody how I'm going to get somebody else to do it if I can't do it?
Right. Okay.
But that's when, you got to hire the experts.
Yeah.
Like with accounting or taxes. I can't be sitting there trying to determine, can I write off this? Can I write off that? If I don't know it, why don't I just hire the expert who knows what they're doing?
Right.
Especially if they invested time and energy and that's what they do professionally. Why am I, it literally doesn't make sense for me to take time away from what I'm best at to go focus on something that I'm absolutely terrible at. It's not the best use of my time. Now, if I don't have if I don't have nothing going on and I just want to take some time out of my day to spend a couple of minutes learning about it, then yeah. But to actually be like, okay, I need to lock in on doing this. Like if I don't do this, then I'm not gonna be where I want to be. But what I'm great at is suffering because I'm not focusing on my time on doubling down on what I'm great at, as opposed to just hiring the help to get what I need so I can get to where I want to get to. So yeah, I was that guy.
I was that guy. Absolutely. So what I'm saying is don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Learn this earlier. That's the whole point of leveraging your L's. Like learn from your lessons. Learn this early because that's the reality, right? We're not going to be the best at everything. I realized that like for me with social media, I get stuck at like the caption, like, what am I supposed to write? You know what I mean? Like something like that. And so like, I'm starting to be able to use like, okay, ChatGPT and just, different resources that's already out there. Like that's literally already out there, to be able to do that. And then even with launching my other podcast, now I have a wedding-based, podcast with another officiant in California. And we got to start like breaking up our clips. And so we came across this software called, I think it's called Opus. Yeah, there you go. Opus. Yep. Love it. Love it. So good.
They give you 20 clips off of one 10-minute video.
What? I got like 30. Our videos is like an hour. I got like 30 clips. The titles are good. It's such an easy platform to use. You can edit it very easily, do your own low caption things very easily. So I really, really like that. But like, fun fact, and actually not that fun, right? Back when we were doing Womanomics podcast, we were literally going into each episode and manually like clipping out all of the clips.
Man.
All of the clips for every episode. Are you kidding? We got like we got like 3 seasons.
My head hurt thinking about that. Ooh, manually doing it yourself? Just imagine you in your phone. I gotta stop at 1:30. Oh no, she said something right here. Let me
what? Like what? Do you know how long they used to take us? It was so frustrating. I felt like I had ogre fingers. I'm like, why does it keep messing up?
No, man. It goes back to I think most people, and again, it's a learning process.
Yep.
It's a learning process, but you got to learn how to you got to learn leverage.
Yeah.
Leveraging tools, leveraging people, and not leveraging people in a bad way, but in a positive way. So that way you can gain more of your time back to focus on what you're good at. Because again, it doesn't make sense for you to focus on things that you're not good at, right? If you're already great at that one thing, like why not double down on it?
Yeah.
That's what I focused on doing estate planning.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's so many folks out here that's good at loan closings. Why would I focus on teaching that where estate plan signings? Estate planning, that's my bag. Let me focus on doing that. That's what I'm great at.
Yep.
And I continue to focus on getting more business from that.
Yeah.
It's like you learning how to use leveraging the tools. And you talk about ChatGPT. Oh man, the thing, and even then with Google Gemini, just leveraging AI. One of the greatest things for me from leveraging AI is copywriting.
Yeah,
copywriting. I absolutely used to suck.
Yeah.
And I mean, the same thing. I got a fire flyer. My flyer is on point. I got a great photo, but damn, I'm spending like 30 minutes on trying to come up with a caption.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I really don't know what to say. Where I can just, but hey, give me 10 Instagram captions based on this particular photo on flyer, and shoots it out. And from there, you could do your editing to make it sound like yourself. But just imagine if we didn't have these tools in place. I'd still probably be sitting around trying to figure out my caption for my last post. So, and it just comes with, again, it's gonna come with experience, but leveraging people, leveraging tools, just how people talk about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we mean by working smarter. Learning how to use leverage, it will help you go very far. I've seen notaries. Like I said, I've been in the business, it'll be 7 years. I've seen some notaries who probably just got started a couple years ago. They way further than what I am.
Yeah.
And it's hey, you can't even hate because they knew how to use leverage. They knew how to leverage mentors. They knew how to leverage tools. They know how to leverage other people to get them to where they want to get to. So if you don't catch on to that, you're going to be in a place where it's just like, man, why I'm not where I'm supposed to be at? Well, because you're in your own way.
Yep, that's real.
I should be much further than what I have now, but because I didn't. Hey, it took me a little long. It took me a lot longer to learn it, but we're here now though. So learn how to use leverage, man. It'll do wonders for you in your business.
Nah, that's real. And I like how you talked about like leveraging people, because I think like people do need to understand that you can leverage people, right? And it can be an exchange, right? It can be bartering, or it can be exchange of skill set, or it can just be acknowledging that you have more time or maybe more interest over here and I have more time and interest over here. And it's funny because it made me think of like when I did start Womanomics, Corinne and her son did like the copy and the editing, because I was like, yeah. Like I'm like you, we'll still be here. We'll still be on episode 1 and 1 if you was waiting on me to do that. But it's because I was better at other things. And then now here we are, and I'm at Filter Through Coffee. And so now my partner is a lot less experienced at like editing and whatever. So now that's the role that I take on, because she's even less experienced than I was. And I got experience from my last project. So it just shows that like you can, go go off of each other's skill set, but you still want to be able to learn when you go into new situations. But yeah, start paying attention to that. And even for us, so I was in the IAPWO meeting, and what that is the International Association for Professional Wedding Officiants. It's like our own certified membership club. It's cute. Right. So they have like I believe either monthly or bi-monthly meetings. And so when I was in there were a couple of officiants that were just speaking about being able to, one, either have a training program or just like mentorship or like shadowing opportunities, which IAPWO doesn't offer. And so with the Wedding Officiant Academy, we had already like been placing kind of officiants with like more seasoned officiants, newer officiants, and having the bartering system of like, okay, you're my assistant for the day, content creation for the day. And then obviously you learn from me, ask me questions, and you just get like a day's worth of like mentorship. And so even just looking at in my professional, whatever association, that seeming to be a need, and then something that we're kind of like already doing here, you already can see how important that it is that you can leverage people. You have these professional wedding officiants out here that need content, because that's something that we struggle with in our profession, is having content. How can I take a photo and video of myself if it's an unplugged ceremony and I'm the one up there talking? It's hard, right? So like you in the audience snapping 1-2 photos, or you coming with me and I'm being like, hey, this is my professional assistant for the day. They're not going to be in the way. They're going to look at them as like the photographer, videographer, second shooter, whatever. So it's like that gives me an opportunity to get the content I need to get professionally, and you an opportunity to shadow and learn. So I don't know. We are trying to see what more we can do for that, and maybe start like an official, type of shadowing program, but with the idea of leveraging people and using bartering as like the system of how we match. So you never know.
That's how you grow that's how you grow businesses.
Yeah.
That's how you grow businesses, man. Like I said, you can't like I said, be on the mic and hey, I gotta record myself while I'm doing this wedding. No, you gotta be able to have people who can do that for you.
Yeah.
Right. And then those other additional things that you can't do. Okay, let's get somebody in that can do that. And then that's how you can grow your business up, because you create those opportunities for other folks.
That's
to take advantage. So yeah, man. Gotta learn how to use leverage. Don't be like me. I learned things the hard way. I mean, that could be a gift and a curse. I'm hard-headed. I'm very hard-headed. I'm one of those kind of people. You got to show me, but then you can tell me. And like I said, that can be a good thing. That could be a good and a bad thing. So yeah, don't be like me, man. Leverage the people. Leverage the people.
Leverage the people. Wait, I gotta share this tip that I got. So when I was at the Wedding Pro experience, one of the owners was like talking to a couple of us at the table, and everybody was in a different profession. I was standing there, but he suggested that for us to start to become more familiar with the local venues, go there and offer to volunteer to work a wedding for them. So like to be a part of their staff just for that, particular event or celebration, just to see how they do what they do there, and, just to get in for the evening and with the staff and show your commitment and stuff. But it's like, that's a way that you can leverage, you know what I'm saying? A person, like you're leveraging a relationship. Because first of all, ain't nobody else volunteering to do that. They're just not doing that. They're not doing that. Even if they don't allow you to do that, which might make sense because you ain't on a staff, it's still the initiative that you even ask to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a different way, of approaching it, and a different way to, again, leverage the situation. Because if they do allow you to do that, then, you know what I mean? You're getting good with that staff and building that rapport at the beginning. And that might give you opportunities to do their open houses for free. And now you don't have to pay for this vendor spot, but you have access to their community and the people that they serve. So I thought that was a good one. I was like, that's a nugget. I'm gonna keep that.
How many people gonna work for free though?
Exactly.
It's gonna be somebody out there that's intentional about building a business, and they're gonna want to do it.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it, honestly, because it's like, for me, it's kind of like, why not? As long as I get a meal, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I get a meal,
you don't have to lose from doing it as well either.
Absolutely. And you never know. You'll be surprised how how things work, who you get in contact with, because there are specific venues that will have a relationship with an officiant. So yeah, you can get on their vendors list. That's cool. But then you have certain packages where you're the official officiant for that venue. And so if they have a ceremony included and maybe that person don't have anyone, instead of them going on the goose chase to find someone, same thing at a signing service, instead of you finding your own notary, I'm gonna provide one for you. There you go. So
that's why they exist.
That's why they exist.
That's why they exist, man. Again, that's why a lot of folks should really launch a signing service, because again, I see it all the time, and I'm one of those kind of people. I like to go into those Facebook groups because I get a good laugh to see folks complain. And like I said, the solution is easy, man. Yeah, if you again with those particular clients, like the attorneys and the escrow officers, again, they don't want to spend time. They don't have the time to try to find a notary. They much rather leverage someone like a signing service who can help them with that, and they can be hands off with it, and they go from there. So. Yeah, start a signing service, y'all. Not difficult.
Do it, y'all. I agree.
Build your book of business. That way you're not in these groups complaining about not getting paid, and you got to ask about particular signing services. Are they credible or not? No, don't worry about none of that. Start your own thing. Start your own signing service. You pretty much you're in control of the whole process. You control who gets paid, you control who gets the signing, and you can get a little bit of that control back in your business. So, and that's how you'll be able to earn more by doing this. Can't do all the signings.
That's real. And there are also very successful officiant signing services. I don't even know what the heck you call them. Officiant celebrant services, something like that.
Nationwide?
I have not seen any nationwide. I have seen them locally. So like a group of officiants, or maybe they'll cover a couple of states, but they're typically in like the same area. So like DC, I've seen some in like the Philadelphia area, but it's usually like a collective of them. And sometimes they hit like different like parts. So like, if you want someone that's more religious, if you want someone non-religious, if you want, male, female, someone who, dresses up or do theme weddings, someone who speaks Spanish. So it's like their company hits basically all the type of officiating that you may want. And they have one to like represent each. Or you have ones that's specific to a certain area.
I think that's a great, man. I think that's a great business model to have. Even if you may not be able to do it nationwide, hell, just doing it statewide or just in your local area. Folks are not going to get married.
No, yeah, you can host a directory too. So hope is not lost. Host a directory, and that go nationwide real fast.
I think just in general, there's always a solution. There's always a solution. There's always a solution out there. You just got to be open-minded. You got to be receptive to it, and again, stay away from negative people.
Absolutely.
Stay away from those folks that it's just impossible. We need a union. Stay away from those people.
We need a union.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that was it, man. Before we head out of here, we gotta do our shameless plug. What we got coming up, T? What's new? What we got on the schedule for the summer?
Ooh, let's see. We have our June Wedding Officiant Virtual Social. That will be June 20th, which is a Thursday, 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time, because East Coast over here. Also, definitely be on the lookout for one. We're gonna put out sign-up sheets for people who are looking for shadowing opportunities, people who want to shadow, and people who want to take people on for shadowing. So we're gonna start putting that out.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, we got to at least start building it up now. And we'll see, do we need more people? We need more veterans, or we need more, newbies? We'll see what we need. And then lastly, we are super excited to be turning our digital catalog into an officiant hub. So we are also looking to partner with other officiant educators. If you have any type of digital products that are out there, we want to become affiliate marketers, marketing with you, and put you on our storefront. So, we're about to open that up too.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
So
open up the deal, open up the doors.
Yeah,
I like that idea a lot. I also like the idea with the shadowing. And the reason, one of the reasons why I like the shadow aspect is, like I said, if you intend on like doing like a sign of service for wedding officiants, and especially if you want to bring those officiants on, if you shadow me, they get to see what your process is, what your expectations are, and it's not set up to where if they haven't worked with you the first time around, they just got to go based off instructions.
Right.
Like, no, we only hire people that's actually shadowed us before, and they get to see up close and personal what that experience is like, and what we bring to the table is what we're going to expect from you once we bring you on to do to officiate our weddings for our clients. So I like that idea a whole lot. I like that idea. I like that. Man, what we got coming up, man? We got the estate planning notary masterclass, July 13th. Yeah. Be my first in-person class, so I will be teaching in person. We're gonna have a live stream option as well. So for those of you that are not in California, you'll be able to live stream it from your house. So there's no reason for you not to be in the room. For those of you that are local, that will be in California, we will go to Sacramento. Make sure you go to www.espnotary.pro. ESPnotarypro.com. I'm tripping. We're going over again how to complete a perfect estate plan signing, show you how to acquire those clients, how to retain those clients. We're gonna have some food because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be hungry. I got food. We're gonna make sure you gonna eat. We're gonna have a prize raffle as well, so I will be giving away out some prizes. I definitely would hope y'all will be in the building. If not, make sure you live stream it, tell a notary or two. Looking forward to you all being in the building. And then, of course, it's going to be some opportunities to network. And we'll have the Q&A as well because I get bombarded with questions literally every day about estate plan signings. I had someone ask me the other day, do I put every document I notarize in my journal? Yes, you do. So it's questions like that. Not a bad question, but those are the type of questions that I get every day. Yeah, every document that you notarize, yes, you got to put in your journal, y'all. In case you forgot. So make sure you're in the building July 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Very excited for y'all to learn about estate plan notary services, especially if you're not booking a lot of loan closings, so you just have the difficulties with just trying to figure out how to get into the space. I got you. Make sure you're in the building. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you grab estate plan signing 101 for those of you that's still on the fence about estate plan signings. Yes, it's very possible to build your business with estate plan signings. I've been doing it for the last 3 years. Other than that, appreciate y'all for being here for another episode of Leveraging Your L's. Make sure you tap inwardly and most importantly, take action, learn how to use leverage, and search your own signing service. Stop being in these. Peace.
Bye, y'all.